Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome back to my video again. I'm Amy Lei, a stock trainer at Homely Chart Company, which is a stock training school. Today's video is the 43rd of my channel, Amy Stock Analysis Daily. And topic today is balanced scale, secret to high yield. So ever since the COVID-19, right? So economy has been seriously damaged. So all the governments globally, all the governments are trying to recover the economy, right? And especially the U.S., right? So one of the key factors that all the governments want to interfere or want to control is called the inflation rate, right? So inflation and deflation, these two is a contradictory pair. So if we want a healthy economy, we need to find a balance between deflation and inflation. So this is very important for economic recovery, right? And also for stock investment, actually we also need to find some balanced state between some contradictory factors. Let's say among all of these contradictory factors, fear and greed. Fear and greed. This is a very important pair, contradictory factors, right? And if on one hand, so we always fear that we lose money, right? And on the other hand, we are very greedy. We always want to make more money. So greed and fear, these two are a contradictory pair. If we want to make profit, we want to have a very good mindset, we have to find a balanced state, to establish a balanced state between fear and greed. So that's why I put the topic as balanced scale, secret to high yield. Okay. And before we begin, I need to remind you that all the stocks mentioned in the video are for the purpose of demonstration and education, not recommendation. Investors should be aware of the risks involved in stock trading and take full responsibilities for their own tradings. So contents for today. Firstly, I will talk about the latest market news. And then secondly, I will talk about some individual stocks worth attention. And thirdly, I will talk about the global stock market analysis. Okay. So firstly, about the news. One of the important news is that Powell announced a Jackson Hole symposium just yesterday, right? The Federal Reserve will target a 2% inflation rate on average over time. Okay, so this is very important for economic recovery, just now I mentioned, and later I will talk about this in details. So secondly, the second important news is that the e-car maker XPeng launched its US IPO yesterday, selling 99.37 million depository shares at an offer price of 15 per share. Okay, so the offer price for this e-car maker XPeng is $15 per share, right? And let's check yesterday for XPeng. After its IPO, the open price is $23, right? It opened here, and during the trading slot, it used to rush to a very, very high level, as high as $25, but then drop back. Okay, drop back and close at a low price, which is $22.22, right? And the offer price is $15. But the problem is if after the market open, you just buy, then you still lose money, right? So for such kind of IPO, better you wait and see before you really jump into it. So let's say for this case, XPeng, so should we buy it? Today, if you check the performance for XPeng now, because currently the US market is open, right? It's trading. So it still open high, but currently drop. Ever since the market open at a higher price, then begin to drop, right? So when do we decide? How do we decide whether or not we can buy it? So actually, the safest way is to wait for more data, maybe several days. After several days, when we have some data already, have some information, then we can decide better when should be a better entry point. But if you really want to enter just now or very soon, maybe you can check the half level of this long candle here. This is a long candle, right? So the half level of long candle usually will be very strong support or resistance level, because currently the price is still above, right? So if you really must buy, maybe you can check the hourly chart, 1 hour chart, okay? Or maybe if you want to trade very short-term trading, maybe 30-minute chart. So our chart or 30-minute chart, if let's say the half level, the price drop to the half level, because currently it's above the half level, right? If the price drop to the half level and get support, turn upward again, maybe on in 30 or 1 hour chart, you can find a low point to buy. But you need to check the real-time chart to do it, right? And if the price drop below the half level, you cut loss, okay? But the safest way is to wait until the daily chart we got more information, then you follow the indicators to buy and sell. What indicators? Later I can show you some indicators. And these are the indicators I have talked all the time. I have been talking all the time, every time I do the video. Multicolor dragon, strong signal. Yeah, that's it. Multicolor dragon and strong signal. Okay, so that's about when to buy XPeng, right? And then secondly, thirdly, we check the other important news is that Walmart and Microsoft, they are teaming up for a bid on TikTok. So I have filmed a video previously talking about the TikTok acquisition, right? The acquisition case. And now, because it's already very close to the deadline set by Donald Trump. Okay, so TikTok has no choice but to make a final decision which U.S. company to sell its shares, right? And then previously we already known that Microsoft is bidding for it, right? But the recent news is Walmart also is trying to buy TikTok together with Microsoft. So analysts and industry watchers say TikTok fits into Walmart's broader strategy to expand its reach with customers, so collect valuable customer data and amp up its e-commerce business to fend off Amazon. Okay, so after this news was released, it's yesterday, right? Yesterday, after the news released, the price for Microsoft used to rush to a very high level, although it closed lower, but still yesterday is a very bullish candle, right? And for Microsoft, of course, yesterday is not a buy point, right? So when is the buy point? Based on our trading system. So Multicolor Dragon tell you that this share has big boys more than 50%, quite stable above 50 for a while, means this is a bullish one. And for bullish stocks, we always can find a low point to buy. But what point is the low point? How do we decide? We check the strong signal. You see in the first window, the candles are colored. Red candle means buy point. And if it's a dark blue, keep holding. It turn to yellow, you sell. And then if it's light blue, you stay sidelined. Let's see here. This is the buy point. Red candle, right? And then dark blue, keep holding. Yellow, then you sell. Sell, then you stay sidelined. Okay, there is one little tip about when to buy based on the red candle of strong signal, which is we need to wait. After the red candle appear, we need to wait until the close price can break up the high price of the red candle. The red candle, we regard it as the confirmation to buy. If we only have the buy signal, let's say for example here, we have the red candle as the buy signal, but after that the price never break up the high of the buy signal. It is regarded as no confirmation. If no confirmation, this is not an effective buy point. You don't need to buy. Let's say here, no need to buy. This time successful because the following day the close price already high above the higher than the high price of the red candle here. And then also the recent rally, I know several Homely members who have bought Microsoft recently at this candle because this is the candle when price break up the high of the red candle of a strong signal. So keep holding until now. Yeah. So in conclusion, we check multicolored dragon in the second window to understand the potentiality of this stock. If it has big boys take control, then potentiality is great. You keep holding. You monitor this kind of stock, so you find a proper entry point. You can make profit very easily and safely, and usually it's a big sum. Okay, and then when to buy, check strong signal, so that you can pinpoint your entry point and your exit point. So multicolored dragon plus strong signal, this is a very good trading system. It's a very good trading system for short term. Okay, and then back to the question, when to buy XPeng. For XPeng, just now we check, we only have 1 day's data, right? We only have 1 day's data. And then today, after today market close, we have 2 days data. 2 days data not sufficient enough. So we maybe wait for several days so that we can check strong signal when we have a buy signal again. If we have a buy signal, maybe meanwhile we check multicolored dragon, right? Because currently only 1 day's data, no indicator to check. After several days, we will be able to have a multicolored dragon data and then the strong signal data. Then you check if multicolored dragon tell you, well, big boys begin to begin to step into this stock, and then for short term, strong signal tell you red candle buy point. Then the following day, the close price higher than the high of the buy point. Then you buy. So that will be very safe. But just now I mentioned, if you really want to do some speculation, you check the half level of this bearish this long candle, and also check the hourly chart or the 30-minute chart to do it. Okay. And then affected by the acquisition news, so Microsoft, it went up greatly also yesterday. And then how about Walmart? For Walmart, yesterday the price also jumped up a lot. Yeah, but if we check the strong signal and multicolored dragon, it tells you that although yesterday this is a very big rise, it's a forceful rise, but we don't have buy point yet. We need to wait for the strong signal buy point. If you check the current price for Walmart, it also open high but begin to drop. After it open high, then begin to drop until now it's in dropping. And then you also can check the half level. If in recent few days the price can remain above the half level of this long candle, the original color should be a green, means it's a bullish candle, right? Because today the price it jump up. This is a bullish candle. It is colored as light blue because this is the indicator called strong signal. Light blue means we stay sidelined. We don't have a buy point yet, so we have to wait for the buy point. Means next red candle, if the price can after that can stand above the high of the red candle, then meanwhile, if we check the multicolor dragon, the big boys can increase to be more than 50%. Then you buy, that would be great, right? So we always need the big boys more than 50%, so that we can make sure the potentiality is strong, upward momentum is strong. Okay, but recently, in recent several days, if the price A can remain above the half level of this long bullish candle here, and then the big boys slowly begin to increase to be more than 50%, I believe we would have another buy point again. Strong signal will give us a buy point again in near future, but you need to monitor the software every day to see whether or not we have a buy point. If we have a buy point and at the same time big boys more than 50 already, then you can consider, right? Okay, so that's about the three significant news I mentioned, and the first news is about the Jackson Hole Symposium, the Powell speech, right? So according to the speech, the Federal Reserve will target a 2% inflation rate on average over time. So we can check some details about the inflation rate. Okay, so this is the United States inflation rate. This is 2019, this is October, and then this is January 2020, beginning of this year. So we know that ever since the COVID-19 become a serious problem, roughly starting from February, right? Second half of February, it suddenly becomes quite serious. Then we see the inflation rate keep dropping until this is April, so this is May. In May, it dropped to as low as 0.1% because the economy was seriously damaged. Okay, so the inflation rate, if the inflation rate is too low, means that the economy has no energy. We need to all the governments, including the U.S., need to stimulate the economy. So among these all various monetary policies, so adjusting the inflation rate is very, very important. So what the government is trying to do is to find a balanced state between inflation and deflation. Currently, the inflation rate is too low, so the government need to increase the inflation rate. So the target just now we mentioned is 2%, and currently in July, the inflation rate is 1%. So the government will use all sorts of monetary policies to make sure that the inflation rate increase to be 2%, means the economy will be healthier. Okay, will be healthier if the inflation rate in future reach 2%. Okay, so this is 2% is the target. Okay, and then so in conclusion, the secret to economic prosperity is to balance various contradictions, such as inflation and deflation, right? Inflation and deflation rates. So this is one of the most important contradictory pairs that all governments need to find a balanced state. Okay, and then actually this regularity also applies for stock investment. If you want to make sure you have high yield in the stock market, you also need to balance different let's say contradictory factors. Among all of these factors, one important pair is called fear and greed. Okay, so how to balance greed and fear? On one hand, we fear to lose. On the other hand, we are greedy. We always want to make more money. But if we fear to lose, we always tend to sell earlier, to sell fast. But when we sell fast, then we always miss those very bullish stocks. Let's say for Supermax, Top Glove, or for the, let's say, Singapore stocks, let's say AEM, and the healthcare stocks, Meditech, Riverstone, right? Previously, so it has been bullish for a very long time. But how many people can manage to buy and hold until recently? Only a few people can do that. Why people just cannot hold to the end? Because of fear. So that's why we always need to reconcile the contradiction between greed and fear, right? But how do we reconcile this contradiction? So the one solution Homely provide is you need to set up and you need to strictly abide by your own trading system. So this is a very good way. Just now I shared with you this combination of multicolor dragon and strong signal. This actually is a very good trading system. Okay, so let's check some individual stocks worth your attention so that you can understand better about this trading system. Okay, multicolor dragon and strong signal. Let's say, for example, AEM. In my last video, I also mentioned about AEM, right? So I mentioned for AEM, this is strong signal, is the buy point, but we see the following day the price drop and didn't stand above the close price the following day, didn't stand above the high of the red candle of strong signal, means this buy point is not a confirmed one. It's not confirmed, so no need to buy. And also I think this is Wednesday we have another buy point, but we see yesterday, I think this should be yesterday we have a strong signal buy point again, but today we see the close price is still below the high of the previous red candle, so the buy point here also not yet confirmed. But in future, if the price break up, then we would have another opportunity that the price would give us another rally, because currently big boys are still above 75%, no retailers, and Wednesday is a short-term. Once the price in the future break up the high of the strong signal red candle, then there should be a rally. Okay, there should be a rally. So this is for AEM. Sideways area. Actually, we have been in the sideways area, right? So sideways area is the biggest barrier to a profit, because people would lose patience during this period, and people would fear that this is the top. But how do we know it is top or not? You check if it's really the top. The retailers would increase to be more than 25%. Big boys would decrease to be less than 50%. So that's when we know it's already the top. So we don't need to participate this one again. But short term, you follow the indicator. Even if it's really the top, it will tell you to stop loss. The indicator will tell you to sell. If it's really going to be bearish, then in future there will be a yellow candle. You just follow the yellow candle to sell. You will not lose a lot of money. Maybe you still, if really this is just some sideway in the middle of the long-term bullish market, after that you can still make great profit in future, right? You just follow the indicators. It will help you secure the potentialities, the potential great profit in future. Also, it will help you avoid the potential risks in future. Okay, so that's the beauty of following your trading system, because you don't need to fear, right? And also you can hold as long as possible to make profit. Okay, and then the other share is called iFast. So for iFast, it's also in the sideway area, right? It has been in sideway for more than 2 weeks, and big boys also more than 50%, no retailers, and currently we don't yet have buy point. This buy point yesterday, today it hasn't yet been confirmed. If next week it break up, then also it break up the sideway area. If it break up the high of the strong signal buy point, it also break up the sideway area. It means the beginning of another rally. You can pay attention to this. But if next Monday it begin to drop, then means no point. Now you need to wait for a longer time. Yeah. And then how about we check some US stocks? Recently Singapore not that strong, maybe some US stocks. Okay, so this is Starbucks, right? So for Starbucks, currently we see this is for yesterday, right? This is 27th August buy point, right? This should be a confirmed buy point, because this is a strong signal buy point. Yesterday, close price already above the high of the strong signal buy point. And then big boys already reached 50%, no retailers. So this is a very good pattern. This is a beautiful pattern, Starbucks. And then how about this one? Nexstar Broadcasting. This one also yesterday, the close price a bit higher than the high price of the strong signal buy point. Meanwhile, retailers already gone completely. Big boys reached 75%. This is 75%, not just 50. It's a 75. Okay. And then this is another one, US called Coupa. Okay. Also strong signal buy point. After the buy point, the price remained below the high of the strong signal buy point for 4 days. This day is the day before yesterday. The price finally break up, and then yesterday remain above the level. So the day before yesterday is the buy point. So after you buy, you just keep holding until you have a sell point. Okay, so this is a very good buy. Okay, so finally, let's check the market performance for the. Firstly, we check the US, right? So for US Nasdaq, so clearly based on the extended golden section, this is called extended golden section. Based on extended golden section, price currently is reaching the significant resistance level, which is 161.8%. Very significant resistance level. And at the same time, can you see the yellow candle here? This yellow candle here actually is the Tai Chi signal. This is yellow Tai Chi. For Homely members, you are already very familiar with the yellow Tai Chi. Yellow Tai Chi is for top escape. It's danger alert signal, right? When the yellow Taichi appear, for example, the previous time, if it appear and after that the close price is dropped below the low of the yellow Taichi, usually that's the beginning of a significant correction. But you see, previous time, yellow Taichi, the price didn't break down the low, so that's why it didn't give us a correction, a significant correction. But currently we have another danger alert signal, and also it's the strong resistance level, right? After a big rally here, maybe it's about the time that Nasdaq would give us some correction. So if in near future the price drop below the low of this yellow Taichi signal, then it's confirmed to be a significant top. It's not like this is the very big long-term top, but at least it would be a period top, means significant. After that, there might be a significant correction, maybe to drop to reach maybe at least 138.2 level, or maybe you can drop further to touch previous support levels. It's possible. But if in near future the price just remain above the low of the yellow Taichi and even break up the high of the yellow Taichi signal in future, means the market would not drop, at least in near future would not drop. So it depends on in near future whether or not the price would drop below the low or break up the high of the yellow Taichi signal. Okay, so this is about the US Nasdaq. And then how about Dow Jones? So for Dow Jones, we see the price already reached the previous downward gap here, right? Usually when the gap is covered, the top of the gap would be very strong resistance. So also we would expect that if in near future the gap is covered, then maybe the price would turn downward first, because this is strong resistance. Yeah, and also this, after the gap is covered, it will be very close to the previous high. Previous high also would be a significant resistance. Okay. Then how about our STI? So for our STI now, if we check the chip distribution, we see this is the longest blue bar, means this one is the strongest support now for STI, because currently the price is still above the longest blue bar here, and the bottom of this longest blue bar is around 2,510 points. Okay, 2,510 points. This is very important level. If the price drop below, then it's bad news. Means it's very likely that STI would continue dropping even further. Because if you check below, no strong support. The support below is very, very weak, right? And at the same time, if we check currently, STI is at this triangle. Is currently we see this is the downtrend line. The price break up the downtrend line, then drop to get some support here, and then this is the uptrend line here, and this downtrend line and this uptrend line form this triangle here, right? So currently the price is still near the triangle here. It's now at the support of this uptrend line, right? So STI now is at the key position, because if the price drop below the longest blue bar here, it also would drop below the uptrend line here. If it drop below, means STI has chosen the direction to turn downward, to go down further. So that would be quite bearish. So let's hope that this strong support here around 2,510 points can hold up. If it can hold up, it's possible that in future maybe the price can break up the strong resistance here first, and then continue to break up this strong resistance. Once the price break up this resistance level, then above the resistance very small, then maybe we would have another quite a bullish rally. Okay, so that's for STI. At the key position now, we need to pay close attention here. Hope it would not drop below. Okay, and then for Hang Seng Index, so Hang Seng Index actually is in the uptrend channel here, and then currently the price is still above the very strong support here, because this long blue bar, relatively speaking, is also quite long, and it's very strong support, currently still above the support. And then if the support can hold up in future, it would continue rising until it touch the uptrend channel line here again. This would be a future resistance. Okay, how about our KOCI? For KOCI, it's bad news because today the price already dropped below. You see yellow Taiji, right? So just now we check Nasdaq also got a yellow Taiji, but the price, we are not sure whether or not the price in near future would drop below the low of yellow Taiji or break up the high of yellow Taiji. But for KOCI, I believe it's back in June, the price already dropped below the yellow Taiji. I mentioned that there might be a significant correction for KOCI, right? And then although we see this rebound, the price can never really, let's say, break up a new high and continue going up further. Rather, a drop below the high of the yellow Taiji again, and then now already drop below the low of the yellow Taiji. If the price now is already below the low of the yellow Taiji, means this would be the beginning of a significant drop. So where would the strong support level be? So check the chip distribution. So in near future, this is a very strong support because this blue bar here is relatively long, and the level is around 1,500. If the price touch this level, let's hope for the best. Let's hope the price will not break down this level, because if the price break down this level, then between here and here we don't have a very strong support. So it's likely that after the price break down this level, it would drop further to touch this. Then this correction here would turn out to be a very significant drop. And I remember when the price hit the first high point here, that's when the price break up the white lines of Homely Rainbow, right? And if the price, the correction in future drop to touch this long blue bar here, means the price already dropped below the white lines of Homely Rainbow again. Because we know that for Homely Rainbow, the white lines represent the long-term trend. So we already have the price for KOCI turned bullish, price already above the white lines. If the price drop below the white lines again, that would be a very bearish signal. So we definitely don't want to see that happen. Okay, so that's all about the market performance. And if you like my video, you can kindly give me a thumb up, and also can share with your friends about this video. And also, if you want to attend our seminars for free, or you want to know further about this Homely software, feel free to contact me. Okay, this is my WhatsApp and this is my email. Okay, so see you next time. Bye bye.